Welcome back, Connect Fam. Our next guest is certainly worth the wait, and I've had the pleasure of meeting her before. Her story is amazing. It's filled with just faith and love. So, without further ado, I'm going to hush my mouth and introduce the amazing Niki Love Stubbs. Hey, Niki.
Niki, thank you so much for being here. You were recently named Nurse of the Year, so
Yes.
congratulations.
Yes. Thank you.
Can you talk to us a little bit about your journey, especially from that 5 to 9-year-old little girl?
At the age of 5, what I tell people is that my mom eagerly succumbed to crack cocaine in the early 80s. So I moved with my grandmother in Georgia, and it was good. I got the base of my faith there. I mean, I truly love the Lord, and that came from my grandma. So I really appreciate what she taught me. It's when I came here to the Magic City, things went crazy. My mom told me, she called me and she said she couldn't take care of me, and I grew very disdain towards her. That's when the feelings of rejection came up. So around 9, she came to get me. My grandma took ill. They brought me to Miami. I met the boogeyman for the first time. I was 9.5, going on 10. I protested my attack to my mom, and she ignored it. It fell on deaf ears. I had my first baby, who is a product of rape. I had her when I was 15 years old, got pregnant when I was 14.
Recognize you in the space of being a breast cancer survivor. What was that transition like? Can you share that with us?
To me, domestic violence is a learned behavior. And I believe damaged people are attracted to damaged people. And when I was 23, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. Now, I had lumps in my breasts. I had pus and blood coming from my nipple area. I ignored it. I ignored it. Why? Is because I saw it as I was healing from when the guy and I fought. And I stayed with him for years, allowing him to beat me, abuse me physically and mentally. But I felt like I needed him. And I didn't know how to love myself because nobody taught me how to love myself. So at 23, I'm diagnosed with breast cancer. He gets the news. He tells me that he will kill me before the breast cancer will. I looked forward to chemo and radiation just to get out of the house. Around 2005, I was reconstructed. But during my chemo, I had to stop because after 7 treatments, my body was rejecting it. And we found out that I was pregnant. And I was told by the oncologist if I got an abortion that I would die, that we needed the baby. The baby was saving me. She's 16, and she reminds me of that every day. Okay. We go back to the house. We're arguing, but this time I got a little fight in me because I'm feeling good about myself. Because I was 23 and I went 1 year without a breast. I was devastated. And all I can remember is waking up and he removed my freshly post-op breast. I absolutely couldn't believe that the person who I thought loved me would put me through something like that all over again. I'm so sorry.
No, no.
And I was so afraid of leaving because I was already hurt. And one day I just said enough was enough. I walked away with nothing. It's not, I mean, I'm healing. And every time I tell my story, I'm just so blessed that I made it out. And I just want my survival story to be someone's survival kit, you know? I had to change my mindset totally. I had to believe that I did not need him, that I wanted him. And I could have had anyone that I desired. And I wanted me first. It just was loving the team of me. It's so hard to tell people to walk away from those situations, especially during this pandemic. And I needed to understand it and remind myself of that I have the fingerprints of the best potter in the world, the one who created heaven and earth, the universe, all over my body. Why am I allowing this to happen to me? And I wanted to be better than who I was. So instead of being in the past, I cannot change that, but I can change my future every second from here on out. And I wanted more.
Not only did you become a nurse, you were named Nurse of the Year, which is incredible. Yes. You also became an entrepreneur, found love, wrote this amazing book. Where did you even begin to accomplish these goals?
I just did it. What I started doing was writing. I used to write till this day, I still write Dear God letters, and I write whatever I went through. And I created my ebook, which is the 15 Pillars of Self-Love, becoming an avid lover of oneself. And I know who I am. And I think it's a disgrace to the Lord to not share my story and help other women and men that are going through something.
So for those at home today that may be where you were, what can you share to their families or maybe them if they're watching this morning?
It can get very frustrating, but you have to remain vigilant and you have to let your loved ones know that you love them. And whatever it is, don't be ashamed. Let's talk about it. Let's get through it together, because it's scary. It is very, very hard, and it's scary, especially if this person means everything to you.
Niki, thank you so much for sharing. We'll call it, that's why I call it a testimony, because turn the test into a testimony and to share it and to just be so open. God bless you and thank you for all that you do. But for those who may want to connect with you right now and to actually buy your book, please tell them where they can go.
Alrighty, you can follow me at I Am Life After Love on IG, and you can go to www.NikiStubbs, that's Niki.com, to download the ebook.
Amazing.
A powerful story, and Miss Niki, love. Don't forget the loves before you say the Stubbs. Thank you. Thank you so much. We'll be right back. Connect, fam. Don't move.